Hey family. But what I came here to say, I wanted to thank Carletta for, giving me some things to think about. Also, not just Carletta, but everybody on Facebook who have given me some feedback as to whether or not I should take this producer seriously or not. Because y'all, in the past, I say around 2009, 2010, and then 11, I had some producers to reach out to me. And I'm going to tell you what they did. One of them was Hot Snakes Media. Okay. There was a producer with that particular production company that called me. Not called me. They actually emailed me and they said they needed my number. And I brushed them off. I was like, let me investigate and see whether or not I should do this or not. And it went on for 6 months. So eventually I went ahead and emailed her my cell phone number. Okay. And I want to talk to y'all about what happened. When I emailed her my cell phone number, all of a sudden I started hearing these like weird tapping noises and strange hang-ups and feedback in the background, feedback noises and stuff. And when I talked to the people I was talking to over the phone, they would be like, it sounds like your phone is tapped. I felt seriously like I was being watched and stalked. Okay. I let that go. There was another company that reached out to me, and I don't remember their name. I went ahead and gave them my cell phone number. Now, let me back up. I forgot. With this particular lady in Hot Snakes Media, I noticed that when I finally gave her my number, I got one phone call, and I never got a chance to answer it because I said I'm going to play hard to get a little bit just to get an idea of how desperate they were. And I noticed that when I did begin to call her back, she would never answer her phone. I would leave messages and stuff, and it was almost like, you know, she was playing a game with me too. We were both playing cat and mouse, okay? So she never ever contacted me again, so I felt used anyway. So that's when that's when I got suspicious. That's when I kind of got an idea that these people were actually, following me. Not, I can't say it was them. I could see it. Somebody was following me. You know what I'm saying? And my phone was tapped and everything, and things in my house looked like it was tampered with. Okay, and y'all know I'm a psychic and I know what was going on. I just didn't know where it was coming from. I thought it was the government. Later on, I figured out who it was and what it was, and I'm going to talk about some of that too. Okay, so like I said, then a second production company called me and said that they wanted me to, they always want me to give some ideas or see if I'm the one all the time. I gave them my number and noticed that it was, like I said, once again, there was some weird stuff going on with my phone, with my, home life. So that was over with. So it was a huge gap between 2012, 2013, 2014. No activity, no more production companies and stuff like that reaching out. Okay. Now, one of the things that was really suspicious to me when I was going through this stalking situation, and I put two and two together, it started right after I gave my phone number to the production companies. I noticed that I'd come in my house and things in my home looked like they were tampered with. You know what I'm saying? Breaker box tripped. Breaker box, I'm not gonna trip when I turn everything off in my house before I leave out. Only thing should be on is the refrigerator. That's it. Okay. But I would come in here and my breaker box is tripped. Never had that situation when I'm in the house unless I'm running too many things at one time. Okay. A couple times came in my house and the doors were not locked. Okay. All of a sudden, back in 2013, I was talking to the neighbor across the street, and she told me, she said, you know what? She said, there's a man that goes in your house, a strange man goes in your house all the time when you leave. Okay? And I said, what? You know, and I really just, I really began to feel very uncomfortable in my house. And I told her, if she sees someone like that come in my house again, please contact the authorities. Because when I would come in my house, it felt like a presence was in my home. I knew somebody had been in here. Now, what am I getting down to? There are some people that are stalking me. I know the government's one of them. I talked to you all about what I experienced with the government. If you all don't remember that particular video, I would be more than happy to make another one. I would, if you all want to know. I talk about my encounter with the government at my doorstep. Okay, some of you already know about it because y'all saw the video. But once again, I've come to the conclusion that, you know, by me being an artist, you know, a painter, I know for one, I have a professional painter that stalks me. Okay. This painter is a witch, and he uses, trying to think of what they call that doggone thing. You know, a lot of psychics can do it. And the government will actually hire these people to do it, a remote viewing. This particular artist uses remote viewing. I can't even get my words out. That's what they use. And they're able to see exactly what's going on in my house because they'll paint almost the same exact thing that I have hanging on my walls. And I know, you know, you all are probably saying, well, they do see your art on the wall. So maybe that's how they're getting it. But some work is hidden, and I won't show it. And they still pick that artwork up. And you know who you are. Okay? You know who you are. I feel like if you're going to, you know, copy my work, use it in your composition, you should compensate me. If not, you know, some serious consequences are definitely going to happen. I hate to say it. I hate to say that because I like to give people a chance. I've seen some things that are happening to people who have actually done some things to me, and they have definitely paid. If I tell you not to do something, it is to your benefit to stop doing it, honestly. Okay? And if you can't pay me and compensate me, once again, you're going to regret it. You know who you are, okay? Now, I don't know how deep this is because people can actually stalk their competition. People don't know that. They can tap your phones. Look it up, guys. Look it up. People can tap your phones for information, and they can hire private investigators to peek in on you to get your ideas before you can get them up and running in different business venues. This is true. Honestly, it is. Okay. So let's go back to that first producer, Hot Snakes Media. I don't even know if that's a real live production company or not. I don't know, because a lot of the times when people are actually stalking you for ideas, they can just make up crap, you know, just to get you information. And the real producer could be hiding in the background. All of a sudden, here comes American Horror Story. I honestly think that my phone was tapped. The information that I put out was gathered up from my phone conversations because I don't really talk much over the internet about the secrets, and they needed the secrets. It was between me and my aunt that I shared most of the secrets on my phone, and by us being psychics, master psychics, I know that they were butting in on my conversations, getting ideas for that particular series. A lot of you all may say she's bonkers, she's crazy, she's all of these different things. You know, you can think what you want, but I know that character had a lot to do. Some of the bits and pieces of that character was taken from me. Okay. I mean, if you look at her hair, it was exactly like this. Go back and look at Angela Bassett's character, Marie Laveau, on American Horror Story, and see, didn't she wear her hair exactly like this? And I've been wearing my hair like this since the I can't get the words out, excuse me, y'all, for the last 5 years. Now tell me I'm lying. Go back and look at my videos on my old channel. Hey, by the way, could you please subscribe? Please sub me right now at the new channel. This is where you should be and nowhere else, okay? Don't go to the old channel. I'm trying to make sure that I am not feeding any more energy into that place. And I don't want y'all to do it either, okay? Because they are taking advantage of mama. They said they wanted my PayPal information so that they can compensate me. No ways, because I don't know. They may go and tap into my account and get money out of it and decide they may want to sue me. I don't know. You know, I every time I think about that channel, I get upset. You all know what happened to me. People are using me. People are taking advantage of me, you know, because I do not fit the standards of beauty. Okay. They're not interested in my face being on a TV show or anything like that. Because I don't have that much charisma to the extent I may be boring or something like that, and I just don't fit you know, what they want on television. They will get the ideas from my channel. Okay, I have artists coming and getting ideas for their work. I mean, it's true, and it's happening to a lot of YouTubers. There are a lot of sharks out there. Okay. So anyway, I looked at that character and I saw so many things that were me. And even the garden she had out there. And I was like, wow, you know, that's crazy. That garden, man, that's just like my stuff that I've shown on YouTube. The garden, some of the things, some of the things she said, on the set when she said, I did this, I did that, and I slept for like so many days or whatever. And I was like, wow. I said, I say that a lot on YouTube. You know, when I do my work or whatever, I sleep for days. And it's just a lot of stuff, okay? So, you know, it's not like I wrote it all down to just point it all out. I'm just getting bits and pieces and stuff like that to just throw out there so you all can see what I'm talking about. But I honestly felt like the man that was coming in and out of my house, he wouldn't disturb too much. Like, he wouldn't touch anything like, you know, valuables or anything like that. He would just do some other things, okay? And I think probably some wiretapping and stuff like that was going on, but I got proof and evidence. My nosy neighbor across the street, she keep a tab on everything, and she said, baby, from now on, she said, if I see anybody in your house, I'm going to send somebody over there, and I'm going to call the law enforcement, okay? So if you watching this, just know that if you try to make an attempt to come through here again, you will be dealt with, okay? I just wanted to bring it up because also now another production company is reaching out. Wonder what that is all about. If you want to, you know, read the letter, because I put the email on Facebook. If you want to read it, just go to Facebook and read it. I don't know if I'm getting traffic from YouTube anymore, or is, you know, I'm noticing that I'm having to put my videos on Facebook so that they can be watched. So I don't know. Most of the views may be just coming from Facebook, because it's like YouTube traffic. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's really coming to the new channel, guys. I don't know. I try to tag all my videos to, you know, videos that are relevant to my videos and stuff. Like if I'm talking about psychics, you know, I expect to look over to this side and see other videos about psychics and I'm not seeing it. Or if I'm talking about witchcraft, I'm tagging it witchcraft. And I expect to look to the side and see witchcraft beside me, and I just don't see it. I don't see it. Now, here lately, here and there, I'm noticing that things seem to be falling in order. But I'm just going to watch it and see, because if your videos are not by, material that is related to your material, then I don't see how you can pick up views like that. Most of the time, if you look over all my videos and stuff, especially on the old channel, which I don't advise you to do that because I don't want energy going there. Most of the times you look on those videos and you'll see me talking about, hoodoo or something like that. And the videos beside it would be about, some type of game system or something like that. It may be about, Gran Turismo or something like that. Is it Gran Turismo or something like that? I don't know about many games for computers, so I just can't come up with any names. But it's about computer games, humor or something like that, or something like it. Just crazy stuff. Okay, y'all just look at it and you'll see. But I'm going to share this with Facebook, and so you all already know about all of that. You'll already know. There's no sense in telling you to. I'm thinking that everybody who's on Facebook is already subscribed to the channel anyway. That's what I'm thinking. So if you're not, please subscribe. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out, how it works and how I can, bring more traffic to this new channel. I also will tag, SpiritreeNemma, the old channel, in this particular new channel down in the description box, in the tag box, and still they will not link the two channels together. I mean, wouldn't you think if I said, down in the tag box, SpiritreeNemma, if I type that in there, wouldn't you think that would link this channel, the new one, to the old one? I mean, you would think that occasionally one video from the old channel would just pop up alongside it, but it doesn't. Okay. So I already know that it's all done by design, Check that character out, Marie Laveau on American Horror Story. Tell me what y'all think, okay? Once again, the reason why I bring this up is because now another production company has reached out. What's going on this time? But Carletta, I want to thank you because you brought up some very important facts and that were true. The last time I had the encounter with Hot Snakes Media and this other company. And you have to learn from your mistakes. You don't repeat the same thing over and over and over again, looking for different results. And also thank you to all of my Facebook friends who have contributed their opinions. I appreciate those too. Hey guys, I just love y'all out there in Facebook. I mean, for a minute there, y'all had my attention. I was so much wrapped up in what y'all was doing on Facebook until I neglected this channel. I got to baby this channel and groom this channel and get it back to where it was. I just got through reading an email where there's this new company called something VSP or something that won't, this third party corporation that got a link on it. They just want me to click the link, and they said that I would have the world right at my foot, where I would get paid so many dollars and stuff like that for my channel, and they're going to grow my channel and make me a star. They want the new channel now. No way. You're not going to do me like that no more. And I know it ain't nobody but YouTube behind all of this mess. They own all of these third-party corporations. The reason why they have them, so they won't have to really pay us. That's just the God's honest truth. Because YouTube would not let you have an AdSense account for nothing in the world. I've applied. Every time I apply, you got to have a new email address. And how many email addresses can I come up with? And each time they tell me that I don't have a YouTube channel. So it's all rigged, guys. All by design. They are not, many of us just won't get paid for what we do. Okay? They're not going to do it. A lot of people would be like, why would you want to get paid? Why wouldn't anyone want to get paid? Think about it. If I could get paid, then I wouldn't have to work. I could make YouTube my job, you know, and I could give more material out. But the fact that I have to make a living, I rarely can do this. In the beginning, I could do it because guess what? I was a homemaker. I was a housewife, and I had a man at the house paying all the bills, and all I had to do was just keep myself, functional by gardening, homesteading, which I made pretty good money off my garden. I mean, I had lots of vegetables and stuff that restaurants bought and stuff like that, and I made good money. And my man took care of all my bills. My husband took care of all those bills, and I didn't have to have a job. I didn't have to do anything. Just sit around and make YouTube videos and garden and paint. I was making a living painting our beautiful pictures and stuff like that. I was in galleries and stuff. It was wonderful. But now, hey, I got to get out there and hustle. And the fact that YouTube is not going to compensate a lot of us, masses of us, they would rather cut a deal with a third party corporation. A lot of us won't be able to make as many videos as we used to. Okay, the majority of people who are making tons and tons of videos are not working, honestly, because either they're making their living off of YouTube or they're making their living off some other source. So they just sit up in their beds, lay up on their couches, and they just make videos, videos, videos. Hopefully, these people who are doing this, they are being compensated. If not, you'll be like me, 7 years later, feeling used. That's why I don't do videos like I used to. I was going to stop altogether, but I just got a lot of phone calls from people who needed work that said, hey, look, I watch your videos. And I was like, honestly, I didn't know people were still watching them. So that's what got me back out there, because in my mind, I was like, it was all about me. It was all about me proving a point to the corporation that I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that for you, and this and that. But at the same time, too, I wasn't realizing that there are some people who need some guidance, and that they still need me out there. As I looked at the new channel and realized that, the views are very low, I was like, I felt like I was wasting my time. I'm wasting my time with this. And then, the spirits led me to look into it, and they told me that if you don't have but one viewer, you've reached out to many. That one viewer can go ahead and spread the word to whoever they know, and it will trickle down. And I realized that it was important that I do periodically stop in and let my witches know, my spiritualists. Y'all know I got to, I'll name them all. My shamans, my priests and priestesses, and my shapeshifters and warlocks, and my magicians. That, hey, look, I'm still here, and I'll shed some light on some things, some darkness on some things for you, and I'm still here for you. Okay, so that's why I did this video. Okay, I did this video, and it'd be nice if I could step in and do one every single day, but I have to work. I have to go out and make a living. 7 years, you think that by now that I would be able to support myself doing this, and unfortunately, it proved not to be true. I would just like to warn people now. I didn't mean to get into so many different subjects. That's where I mess up, but I would like to warn people who are new at this, and you're enjoying the excitement of the attention, that be careful. Make sure you're being compensated, because you don't want to invest so much time into this and find out years later that you really, you're not gonna get any royalties. You're not gonna get anything from this, and you're gonna have to get a job. When people get tired, when people get bored of you, and they find something else more interesting, then guess what? You're gonna have to start working. You're gonna have to work. So make sure you anchor yourself to a place where somebody is going to be making sure, you are well taken care of once you're bored. Or because once you get bored, everybody else get bored. Okay. So you better listen to me. And this particular lady that I want to talk to you. I know you might be watching and stuff because I tried to call you to see if you're going to get your protection and you ain't answering your phone. I'm letting you know now, I'm not going to be making anything for you. I am not covering you. You're going to do the same thing over. I had a very rough day yesterday. I was just really sick. And I know you all watched that video. My God, I broke every sweat you can think of. I had pain in my knees, my arms, my eye, my head, just everywhere. I'm not doing anything for you, okay? Don't think that a phone call and paying a little consultation fee is going to be protection. If you go back up there, that's going to be your ass. You're going to come back HIV positive, and you're going to come back with all kind of a series of curses on you. And I see this, okay? Since I cannot, tell you what's going to happen by phone because you're trying to avoid it, because you don't want to hear it, because you want to be hard-headed and do what you feel like you want to do, I'm letting you know what's going to happen to you, okay? You already know. You've been warned. Okay, so don't say I didn't tell you, and I'm not picking up the slack on none of it, okay? I am covered by the blood, and I don't want to mess with that no more. Because I notice these cases that are coming are getting tougher and tougher. These people are seeking me up out of the woodworks. Once upon a time, YouTube would be the source of my clients coming in to me, but now it's just like word of mouth, and these cases are getting really challenging. Okay, y'all know I talked about that last night, and a lot of you all are new to the practice. You're starting to step out to help people and everything, and some of you all are young, and I just want to caution you that the work you do does mess with your health, and it will age you quickly. Look at me. I don't even look young no more. Y'all know I'm young. Gosh, I'm only in my 30s. And look at me. I look old. I look like I'm in my 70s. This is awful. Okay? So don't let it age you like it's aging me so fast. Look at all of the gray under here. Do y'all see that? You don't want this. See that gray? Mango gray all over my head. And I'm a very young woman. Okay? So I caution you to be careful. Now, if I can't handle it and you're in your 20s, you shouldn't be doing it, okay? I have teens coming to me like 18 and 19 talking about they want to get into the business. No way. Yeah, and like I said, teens should not be doing work for anybody, and because you got to absorb these people's energies. People in their 30s should not. Y'all know I'm just teasing when I said I'm in my 30s, okay? But anyway, if you're in your 30s, you shouldn't be doing this. Honestly, you shouldn't be doing this. If you got children, you should focus on your children. If you have like minor children, if your children are like, I say at least like you got kids under 15, you shouldn't be doing this. Put your attention, devote 100% attention to your offspring. I know these babies will grow up so fast, and you'll be like wondering, where did the time go? My oldest child will be 28 in October. And I mean, it seems like it was yesterday when he was born. You hear me? My son is almost 30, okay? He's 27 now. I have a 26-year-old daughter. Well, she'll be 26 in a week. It was like yesterday when she was born. And my youngest daughter will be 23. God. So if I could go back, I would just, I don't even think I would have worked a job. I worked in nursing all of those years when my children were minor children, and I missed out on so much, especially when I worked the 3 to 11 shift. I didn't even get a chance to see my children until the weekend. That sucks. I can't get that time back now. So I'm just warning you women who have small kids to concentrate on your children. And, as far as the internet goes, if it's not really paying the bills, it's a waste of your time. Take it from me. Because I'm telling you, if you don't listen to me, you'll come back later on and you will say, I wished I had listened to mama. Get your children out of the house when you're not doing anything. Take them to a park. Put some time and attention on your kids. Don't ignore your children for this. It's not even worth it. Now, if they're paying you, about $800 a week or more, then I'd say, okay, then, take that money and put your child into a program where they can develop these children mentally, physically, spiritually, musically, intellectually. But still, it's nothing like your own valuable time that you're investing in your children. Okay? Because this is not worth it. Even if you were to get a lot of views, you won't be able to get an AdSense account unless YouTube really wants you. You won't be able to get it. YouTube only pays for AdSense account. You're going to have to go to a third-party corporation, and they're going to eat you up. You will be working for free. And it ain't worth it. Okay? Like I say, if you in your teens, 20s, and 30s, and you got minor children, put that first. Okay? You can't be helping nobody. You got to help yourself and your children first. When do you finally get into what I'm getting into? I mean, I think honestly, I think a woman should take it really easy. Right around 45, she should just really start, tiptoeing into it lightly. Be careful. Right at 45, if you don't have children under 15, because there are still women, even my age, that still have minor kids. I don't have any. I can't say I was lucky. I can't say what, because I finished having mine pretty young. I was in my 20s when I decided that I was done having children. Mama actually got her tubes tied. Don't y'all do that. Don't do that. You don't sterilize yourself. And I'm having problems from that to this very day, Sterile at 25? Yes, that was me. Women don't do anything like that to your body. Do not give strangers that much control over the decisions that will haunt you in the future. Okay. Would I have had more children? I would have. Would I have wanted those children? I wouldn't. In a sense, it worked out, but still, something spiritually is just fucked up about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Hysterectomies, tubal ligations, and all of those operations, just unnecessary surgeries, unless, you bleeding to death or something like that, But just so you won't have more children, it's just ridiculous because you got so many different natural methods that can be practiced not to have children. Okay, anyways, and I came to do this video because mostly this video is about sharks. There are a lot of sharks out there looking for creativity, looking for ideas, and they're going to get you. Make sure you compensate it for everything, okay? Make sure they are contributing to your work. If not, you're going to be feeling like me later on, 7 years later, used, okay? Once again, if you're not getting paid for these YouTube videos, do not go with third-party corporations. That's not the way. Try your best to get an AdSense account so that you can be compensated directly, so that you could probably fix it where you can use this as a career, because it can be used as a career. It's just like sex. You don't give sex away for free to people. You make sure that you are getting paid for giving out your stuff, That's why you have a lot of women that cry and they get upset when the relationship is over, because guess what? They know they were used. But if you go ahead and get everything you need to get right then, or get it up front, you won't have that problem, Same thing with this thing called YouTube. Make sure you're getting your money. If you're not getting any money, just do it just for pastime, just when you're bored. But don't do it when you can be doing something else to make yourself some money. Okay, but don't get me wrong, you don't have to work on a job. You can go into business for yourself. See, so use that spare time to go into business for yourself, but only use this as a tool when you just really got something on your heart you want to share with the world. Do it from the heart. You understand? So that later on you won't feel like you've been bamboozled. Okay. And if you got these small children and stuff like that hanging around in your videos and stuff, and you know, you ain't doing that child no service, that's wrong. You don't need to do that. Don't do that. And if you're going to do something in front of a computer with your child in the background or your children sitting around you, make sure it's constructive. Okay? Make sure it's constructive. Because you're going to see what I'm talking about later on. See, we don't realize that, we have a lot of past emotional trauma. And, a lot of times you don't see that, how that trauma is going to affect you until later on in your life you become an adult. Usually people can start seeing it in the 30s, sometimes the late 20s, 30s, and 40s. And then you have these strange behaviors. You start doing these weird things and stuff. And then people, start picking up on this shit. And then they be like, oh, this is what happened to her in her past or whatever. You can see it. Even a psychologist, a psychiatrist can see past trauma, childhood trauma in you when you reach these 20s and 30s just by how you behave and what you decide to do. It's deep, and you programming your children. The same behavior is, embedded in your children's DNA, and then they grow up to have these same psychological issues and stuff like that, and they become dysfunctional. I know that that's what created me, because there's a lot of dysfunction in my adopted family, even in my birth family. And I want to talk about my birth mother a little bit. I want to talk about her. But that dysfunction, you picking up on that dysfunction in the womb. You're picking up on that dysfunction in your bloodline because your ancestors and stuff like that, whatever they went through, you got that in your blood too. It's there, and you pick it up from how your parents raised you. All of that stuff becomes a part of who you are when you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. It's like a map. It's like you going in a direction that a lot of the times you can't even prevent going in because somebody already laid this map out on you. You see? So you want to be careful. If you want to break that cycle, you want to be careful how you react around your children, how you treat your children. You don't want to be too emotional around your children. You don't want to be doing too much, cursing around your children. You just don't want to do that because you're programming your children, Anyway, I just felt that I needed to say that, from experience. I can say this because my children are now, like I said, one of them is almost 30 years old. I can say that. And if you want to take advice from anybody, take it from me, okay? And we need to listen to our elders. We definitely do. And we need to respect them as much as possible because I had to cuss my auntie out. Lord have mercy. So, but I say if you got elders that's respecting you, please give them the utmost respect. Okay, please do that. Listen to your elders. That's what's wrong with our society right now. Our society has designed this matrix where, what the elders are speaking about now is no longer relevant right now. A machine is speaking for the elders now. The machine, the TV. We're all being programmed by some machine right now. We're living in an artificial society. Anyway, I'm straying way off the subject. I'm done right now. But, moral of this video, I'm just talking about sharks, honestly, right now. I know I went off a little bit. Watch out for the sharks, guys. They'll get you. And when they get you, it's too late. You've lost so much. Okay. Please come out to Facebook if you're not already on Facebook. SpiritreeNemma. We have a virtual coven there. We have other covens, Hoodoo Conjures, Third Eye Witches, and radioactive witches. Okay. I'll be looking for you out there. Okay. Bye bye.